I still remember the exact moment I realized I was living someone else's life. That gut-punching clarity that hits at like 2, 3 a.m. when you finally stop lying to yourself about who you had become. When you are standing at the edge of real change, every comfortable habit becomes a chain you have been dragging. Every person who knew the old you becomes a witness to the version you are trying to kill. That terror of shedding who you were to become who God made you to be. It is the loneliest journey most of us will ever embark on. But here's what I need you to understand. That pain, no matter how hard it is worth it. Let me tell you about Jimmy. Jimmy is 27 years old. He has a good job. Not amazing, but stable. He pays the bills. He has a decent, nice apartment. It's nothing fancy, of course, but it's clean, it's organized, it's respectable, and he has enough space. He has an active social life. Friends who text him on weekends, invitations to party, people who know his name. From the outside, Jimmy has it all figured out. But every single Saturday or Sunday night, he sits on his couch with this hollow feeling in his chest that something just is not right. Like something is missing. Like he is just watching his own life instead of actually living it. Worst part, he knows. Deep down, he knows how miserable he is, how fake this life is, how much it's not like him, how he's meant to be so much more. He feels God tugging at him, holding his hand, metaphysically, genuinely holding him and trying to drag him to where he needs to be. He feels how he's fighting against God himself, and he feels terrible. Deep down, he feels terrible. Maybe you know Jimmy. Maybe you're best friends with Jimmy. Maybe you see Jimmy sometimes walking down the hallway at school. But just maybe, and just don't get offended when I say this and think about it for a second. Just maybe you are Jimmy. Maybe I am Jimmy. Maybe we all, in some sense, are Jimmy. I was that guy for years, following society's script perfectly, preparing to become an accountant in college because that's what my mom wanted me to do, grinding video games in all my free time because that's just what guys do, right? Spending every waking thought obsessing over whatever crush I had that week. By every external measure, by the way, I was successful at this path, if you can even call it that. But this success, I'm just being very honest with you, this success meant nothing to me. I mean, first of all, it's not really success, but whatever. Even to a kid, the success meant nothing to me. Being able to get every crush I had meant nothing to me. Because it wasn't mine. No, it wasn't me. It was a performance I'd perfected while the real me suffocated underneath it. But let's go back to Jimmy. And remember, you are Jimmy. We are Jimmy. He is done. He is done pretending. He's done living small. He's done being the version of himself that everyone is comfortable with. He is going to become who he was actually meant to be. So he starts changing. He wakes up a little earlier. He cuts out distractions. He stops saying yes to things that drain him. He starts pursuing something real, something that actually matters to him, not to everyone else. And at first, it feels incredible. It feels like a natural high, like he has unlocked the secret of life, like he is finally alive. But then the pain starts. It starts with the small stuff. His friends stop inviting him out because he keeps saying no. His girlfriend starts asking why he's being weird and distant. His parents ask him when he's going to get serious about a real career. Jimmy, he tries to explain it, but the words just do not land because how do you explain to someone who loved the old you that the old you is dying? How do you explain that to someone? How do you explain to someone that loved you that you are becoming a different person? You cannot. And that, my friend, that's when the loneliness, that's when the real soul-destroying loneliness sets in. Let me tell you what they do not show you in transformation videos. They do not tell you when Jimmy is sitting there at 3 a.m. on his bed, crying himself, literally hugging himself like on his knees, giving himself a self-hug, wanting to quit but knowing he can't because the people in his life, whether they know it or not, rely on him because he's too far gone. He's invested too much money, too much time, too much effort to quit now. Because he's tasted the freedom of being the man God made him to be, and for him to quit now would mean betraying the man that God made him to be, and he can't do that anymore. I know this because I am Jimmy. I know this because we are Jimmy. I have been Jimmy. I have been in that exact same spot when I was 16, 17, ordered to court by the police, being investigated by my school, the school literally case filing me, sending down my friends and my girlfriend, who was not my wife at the time, down to interviews trying to convince her that I'm somehow abusing her psychologically and literally physically, even though I've never laid a hand on her or any woman in my life. I have been there at 3 a.m. wanting to quit because it's too much. Why am I a 17-year-old going through all of this simply for wanting to be the man God made me to be. They do not show you the time Jimmy loses all his friends. Not because they were bad people, not because they could not grow with him, because they were attached to who he was, not who he was becoming. They don't show you when Jimmy loses the girl that he loved, the girl that he thought he would once marry, the girl that he was with for years, the girl that told Jimmy that she would support him no matter what, until no matter what became being someone she no longer recognized. And suddenly, Jimmy's alone. Suddenly, I am alone. Suddenly, on this path of all wanting to become the men we are designed to be by God, we are all alone. At our lowest points, with no friends, no partners, no idea what to even do. And it is in this moment, ladies and gentlemen, probably 99% gentlemen, when you are at rock bottom, when you have lost everything, that you have a quintessential decision to make, the most important choice you'll ever make in your life. You can go back, you can rebuild the comfortable life, you can become the man everyone knew you for and everyone wanted you to be, or you can keep fucking going. And the point of this video, here's the point of this video. The point of this video is, again, that no matter how hard the pain is, I was in court, I was being investigated, I was being, I had lies spread about me. I was literally socially, characterly assassinated in my school. I lost all my friends. A lot of it was my doing. I'm being perfectly honest with you. I lost multiple relationships. I lost genuine relationships. I lost a lot of shit, but I kept fucking going. The point of this video is that when you have that choice to make, when you're laying on your bed at 3 a.m., you feel like quitting, the only correct choice is to keep fucking going. In fact, it's to keep going fucking harder. Because on the other side, after all the loneliness, after all the pain, after all the suffering, there is a version of you who's life maxing so much, who's loving life so much, who's making love to the world and everything around him so much, who's so close to God. Just close your eyes and imagine that version of Jimmy. Jimmy gets there slowly, painfully, but he gets there. He builds a new life. Not the one his parents wanted, not the one his friends would recognize, but his life. The one God designed for him. He finds new people, he finds new work that matters. He finds new peace, the kind of peace that comes when your external life finally matches your internal, eternal truth. Remember throughout this whole video that we are Jimmy, that you are Jimmy, and that if Jimmy can do it, why not you?